What's going on? This is DJ Loot, taking another break from studio work. Decided to sit down with longtime friend and the person I've done the most music with as a producer and engineer, music artist, and videographer, and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, this is Seanessy. Welcome to Break Time.
How you doing?
Glad to have you on finally. It's been a while. Decided to actually go out of town for this, getting a few folks on break time, and we're actually pre-recording Seanessy's Happy Hour with DJ Loot radio episode, so getting a lot done.
Yep, productive.
And in fact, that's something that is a hallmark of what you do, and all you do is you're very productive. We're going to get into all that, but well, let's just get to it then.
All right. It gets spread around. My main influences are always Bay Area because of coming from the city and Bay Area. So I was supportive of JT the Bigger Figure. Used to be my favorite person over everybody. When I was a kid, I think my favorites was him and Quinn and Snoop Dogg and Tupac and Ghetto Boys. So, I mean, kind of somebody from all over. I used to have their posters, next to my bed on the wall. But yeah, anybody like Bay Area mostly. But then I was into a lot of Houston, Texas stuff too, if I wasn't Bay Area kind of thing.
Yep. Kind of like I was listening to Scarface, and then you were always digging Devin the Dude.
Yep. Yeah, so, which I came through across Scarface. I used to buy compilations. There was a period where everything was a compilation almost, and I used to buy compilations because you had everybody on there, and then I just listened to it, and then if it was somebody new I hadn't heard, I'd just go buy their CD next, and that's how, and that was like back in the day, Tower Records, CDs came out every Tuesday. You go out there every Tuesday and start looking for the new stuff, and yeah, but then outside of the Bay, it was like Ghetto Boys was my favorite. I remember 6th grade at the dances at Presidio and grinding with the girls all of a sudden, like, and they were playing Mind Playing Tricks on me, which I know wasn't appropriate back then, but it was.
Well, they ended up a lot of stuff that wasn't really appropriate, but it got through.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing about all these folks that you're mentioning, pretty much all the Bay folks you mentioned and many more you have collaborated with. They're on your projects, you're on some of theirs, so as part of your grind, your what was that word we used to
productive
productivity.
Yeah.
Very prolific, very productive, and it's led to over 1,000 songs, at least 1,000 we've done at this point. Lots of projects. So yeah, you've got to work with and do shows with all kinds of stuff with the folks that helped you forge your sound. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I got my ideas and my whatever styles I might be using from listening to them. So that's why I always thought maybe I can get to a level that somebody will do the same and look at me at that way. So,
and that's happened as well.
I think I have a favorite out of every project. Not necessarily just one. I think my favorite cover possibly is Getting Filthy, which is the first CD I put out.
That thing was crazy. It was like colored pencil drawn or whatever.
Yeah. And I don't think it was meant to come from Snoop's first album that he, took off on, Doggy Style. I don't think it was meant to duplicate that. I just happened to be at a house show or performing a house party, and it was the guy's brother come up to me in the kitchen and started talking about, I can draw, I can do this, I can do that, I can make a cover for you. And at the time, I hadn't even put out a full project yet.
Yep.
And so I wish I knew his name, but I think he lived in Reading at the time, and I remember he was the one that drew the cover of that, and because that was so unique. And then he also included everybody else that was with me performing. He included them in the cover and ideas and stuff like that. And so I don't know, I definitely love that cover. Other than that, I think maybe Go Get It for the features, the amount of people that was on it. I almost turned it into a double CD.
It could have been.
Oh yeah, easily. I cut out so many songs from that, But I guess I didn't make a double CD of it, but what I should have done was made it a compilation.
That could work well. Like, look at the I-80 roll call, 37 songs.
Right. And I mean, I've got so many people on it. It would just make sense to call it a compilation rather than my album.
Now, even as it sits, it was right at that edge of where anymore, but no, it's a great album. And that is the album that really, well, you said all the features that was one loaded with features, but they were meaningful features, and you got a feature, but you maintain that relationship and built from those features that you got from those artists, and then suddenly you're getting on shows and doing. So that album was kind of like a launch pad, I would say.
Yeah, because I didn't want to just get them on the project and then never talk to them again, have no relationship. My purpose was anybody I'm having on here, I end up with some kind of relationship. I can hit you up later and, whatever the case. But yeah, so it wasn't, I made the move to get established artists on there along with, people around in my circle at the time, or just like not established, in the business sense, but street sense as well. Get some of them cats on there too, because that's important.
The center of this hub of activity, and it worked.
I tried, yeah.
It literally was success.
Another favorite album, or reason another album is my favorite. Game Tide, I love. That's with my bro G Will. We had some good features on there too. We had a good time making that album. My Foul Mouth and Filthy album, that was fun recording. We did it on the spot and just knocked stuff out, bang, bang, bang. What else? I don't know. We've got Bachelor's Life, you got By Any Means. But I mean, everything, there's obviously a favorite song in every album, but each album has its own favorite quality as well, not just a favorite album. Yeah.
I know, that's a tough question, especially with a huge catalog. It's like if someone has 2 albums, maybe, you've got so much stuff out. It's great.
I think my favorite one might be at the Senator in Chico, and it was a Dre Dog show, or Andre Nicotina show. I was gonna say the YG one, but I think Dre Dog, I just had more fun. The crowd I felt was crazy. I mean, we just had super fun up on the stage. I think there's a piece of, actually I think that footage is on YouTube of the show. That's the one with Barnum and CB.
Yes.
They were there, they performed. Shout out to Fam Biz too. But it was just super fun. Like the footage I remember I think on YouTube, we was sitting on stage doing the Get Low on the speaker in the front, and everybody's just jumping around, having fun. The crowd was going crazy.
Was I at that one? Or I was at the YG one. But was that the one where I was on stage filming from behind y'all, and then Nina Loco did his acapella? He always does his acapella one. I think I was at that one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, no, because you were there with Barnum and CB.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been a while.
Yeah, we did the picture on the side.
We've done how many shows and car shows and Thiz Latin. Shout out Thiz Latin for welcoming us into all the car shows. It's so much. We could do 15 break time videos and not cover a tenth of it.
No, that was funny because that one show, you're talking about fun shows, the one that was up in Reading, and that was my birthday weekend, and that was with Quinn. So I headlined him. And then I remember waking up the next morning and the Impala car show in Chico was the next day.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to perform that, and I ended up waking up from a phone call like, you're supposed to be getting on here in 30 or whatever. I'm like, I'm in Reading. I can't, hold off. So we packed up real quick, shot down to Chico, literally walked up, and when he saw me walking up, I remember him handing me the mic and me like, all right,
go.
And then I'm hungover and sweating in the middle of the summer, and I did my bit out there, and then and then kept going.
But it worked out. See, there's that grind. You're there. You're supposed to be there. You get there.
Yeah. Luke.
Who? That guy. Oh, me?
No. Lazy Lokes.
And just think, we co-produce a lot.
Yeah.
You and I collab on the ideas, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. Lazy Lokes for sure. Dope. 93 on the beat. He's dope. Shots Fired. I don't know. There's quite
some
a few
of the fixed
more.
tape. You had Cinema.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other ones too, like that I haven't worked with. I mean, Mechanics is in my top.
That's fine. Doesn't necessarily be folks that you've worked with yet.
Yeah.
Yet
I've talked to, but never did. Mechanics is dope. Bill Fingers is dope. June on the Beat's dope. Oh, you got Big June too. He makes good beats.
One of my favorites is big with Lace Lynn, Big Hollis.
Yep.
He was one of my favorites. Is he still active? I should know this.
No, I'm not sure, but that'd be a question for Lace, I guess.
Yeah, Lace is Big Hollis. We need Big Hollis to sit down here. You too. Anyway.
Yeah.
Great list there. Amazing list. And all you have to do is listen to anything by Seanessy, especially the album material. There are mixtapes, which some of them are called fix tapes.
Yeah.
Maybe they all are.
I just put my twist on them and call them either a street fix or a fix tape.
Right, the street fix tape with 3 X's. Yes.
Yeah. Pornographic.
But all you have to do is listen. You'll hear. You're very selective, of course. Every artist should be very picky, but you know what you want, and everything you pick's got to fit your sound, and which actually has evolved over time. You're starting to do some new stuff, little things here and there. You approached me with the what?
Yeah, I'm adventuring.
You sent me this thing. It was kind of not really a country beat, but you did a little kind of singy, fun. But some folks are doing little things in other realms.
Yeah, I did. As a joke, I did a country song called Ice Cream and Champagne.
But it ended up, it's like, put the thing out.
I only did it as a joke. We were at the buffet, and I made a comment about the ice cream and champagne tastes good. And, my kids and my girl at the table were like, that sounds gross together. It's, it's too sweet. I said, well, I'm going to make a song and make it go together. And then they're joking and teasing me a little bit more. And that's when I said, well, I'm going to make a song and I'm going to make it a country song. So,
but it ended up actually being really good.
I found a country beat and I did it, and everybody ended up giving me super positive feedback. So I ended up putting it on distribution, and it's on Spotify and all that now too.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I did it as a joke, and then I just put it out there. Like,
sometimes people want to hear that. They know your huge catalog or whatever, and then you do something, and it clicks with them because that was just some kind of fun.
Yeah.
Stuff that I think is important for artists to do.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to figuring out the next one. I'm gonna do another country song just for the heck of it and see how it turns out. I don't follow baseball, but I'm a diehard Giants fan just because from the city. So I can't really comment about that.
They are going crazy right now.
Okay, good.
I think they're in first overall, or they're first, third. Yeah. Okay. I'm just looking at what I see on my Facebook wall. So I'll speak on them they're looking good.
Good. And then the reason that I am a Giant, growing up, I used to actually be an A's fan. Ricky Henderson, Dennis Eckersley, Canseco, all them guys. It wasn't until I was driving to school one day on the freeway or going to school, and I hear they were almost moving to Florida. And then they talked about there's only at the time there were like 26 teams, and to have a team represent your city was a big deal. Keep them in the city, and so that's when I switched and I was like, all right, I'm a Giants fan. I still support the A's, but Giants fan for sure. But Niners, of course. It's hard to tell because of that reconstruction they did.
What they did is they kept some major players and bringing Juszczyk back. They're like, okay, you're out of here. And people were, I think they knew there would be a big uprising over that. Said, okay, come on, man.
And then him and Kittle were just like, so close,
They all are.
Yeah.
That whole team. And Brock got his big contract, which I honestly think he doesn't care about. He wants some money and help his family and himself, but he just wants to play and win.
Yeah.
So that's good. And we
Warriors,
lost.
Yeah, they obviously got knocked out.
Warriors are kind of probably going out soon.
Maybe, but it doesn't matter. I'm still support all the way.
I'm a Kings fan. I don't pay much attention to the Warriors.
Kings is like the cousin.
The little cousin,
the cousin of the Bay Area.
He never gets invited to the party. You know?
But no, I love Curry, obviously. I mean, that guy's amazing. I don't think he's even human, the way he makes some of the shots that he makes, and then the little extra videos you see when he's just warming up.
Get me a few.
Him throwing the ball like this from however far.
Get a few beers in me, and we'll see what's up with Curry. We'll play a game of horse.
But yeah, that guy's amazing. But I don't pay attention to the hockey either, so I don't know.
It's just go Sharks if
yeah.
if
So
you hear
I'm just
about
Bay
them.
Area no matter what. I don't care. I even try to be supportful of the Raiders, because they were Bay. So to me, it was just Bay love.
Yeah. You know, you can support them, but make real fun of them all the time, like we used to.
But it was always the Raiders fans talking smack, so that's why it was like, oh, gotta talk back, you know. And then
people always, you've probably heard this from me. I will say, they may be the Raiders, but they have the coolest logo in sports. I think one of the coolest logos.
I remember as a kid, they did it with the players too. A big question of stuff like that. What team do you think has the best colors? What has the best logo? I think it was between the Saints and the Raiders, but I remember a lot of players always said, like, I like the Raiders for their colors and the logo.
They're hard colors, like silver and black.
Yeah.
You see a bunch of, I mean, if it was like wartime and you got people running at you in silver and black or teal and white, I'm running from the silver and black too.
I think I've only gotten one tattoo done in a tattoo shop, and that was this one here. I did it in Reno. That was my first one. I think my next one was on my forearms. That was Aaron Goldbra for Ireland Forever.
And then the first one is
rest in peace to my uncle and my grandma.
Oh, and your grandma, yes.
Yeah, this was at a tattoo convention up in it was at Blue Lake Casino. Up by Eureka, and then everything else was like done in the house, you know, from somebody coming by.
So you have the combined,
Niner and San Francisco.
Yes,
split SF.
Is it just called the split SF? I've never heard the actual name for that, but it's a common thing. People make it.
Yeah, I mean they started putting it on T-shirts and stuff.
Was it a cassette?
The cassette tape and it's my dad's band.
Ah, okay.
Because my dad was a musician. He was a guitar player and a singer in a group called the Beau Brummels. So my boy Chris, he did a lot of my tattoos. He put the Beau Brummels on there to make it like the old school cassette tapes. Like I remember back in the day, San Leandro pressing the tapes up and, you know, printing them on the tag, and then you put the tag on the cassette tape. It was like demos. You know, like think about when we were just starting and grinding, and however you could kind of make something to push and get to the public or whatever. It was like that. I remember being out there and doing that, and that's exactly what it reminded me of. So there's that. I mean, Bay Bridge, Golden Gate back here, 415 back here. I got Celtic stuff. I mean, I got my crest on my back.
And all of that being said, there was I forgot when it was years back, and you made the claim that if you get, I think it was your first tat, and you said, if I do it, you'll never stop. You're going to go crazy with it. And you haven't.
Yeah.
You have not stopped.
If I say I'm going to do it.
I dig it. Spiders.
I'm out.
Same. Except I do like tarantulas. They're like little 8-legged kitties.
Yeah, you put a leash on them. No, thank you.
Bacon.
Love it.
Who doesn't? Well, some people have different diets, but I love the stuff. Tuxedo.
Oh, I'm gonna put my finger up, my pinky finger up, and be classy, mofo.
Let's see, Argentina.
Honestly, that reminds me of watching soccer, football.
Football.
Yeah, in Ireland when I was a kid. Argentina was like a big contender for the World Cup at the time.
Okay.
Maradona, I think, was like their main player. That's what it reminds me of.
Sacramento.
Second home. I mean, yeah.
How many times did you crash on the couch in your second home at the multiple places we've had there after a long day of session work?
Oh, yeah.
Or just to hang out and drink and BS.
Oh, yeah, I love Sac.
Sac is the best. Basketball.
I would say Warriors first thought. Other thought is that was like all I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
That was my goal. That was it.
Ice cream.
Mint chip.
Oh, I'm not really a fan of it, but all right.
Or chocolate peanut butter.
Yes, agreed. Yeah. Good. Chevy.
That's the only way.
Right.
Yeah. I'll drive other stuff, but I'm not going to try to own it.
Last, movies.
It depends on the mood. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it depends on the mood. Comedy, so-called scary, is not scary to me. Suspense. I like a good suspense movie. Okay. I like a good comedy movie. But yeah, I could never answer what's your favorite movie either, because it's just totally different genres, different moods.
This was just a simple first thought. But no, I get you.
Yeah.
And it has to be a mood. It's like,
yeah.
If you're
not trying
feeling down, I'm going to put in one of the Austin Powers and just roll laughing and get in a better mood.
Yeah, you're not trying to Netflix and chill watching Scream or what am I thinking of?
Any of the Alien movies.
You want to play a game?
Yeah. Oh,
Saw.
Hey, baby, come over here.
Yeah.
We gotta watch Saw. Like, really?
Honestly, you could just find it Googling Seanessy, Seanessy. And then usually I think everything is Seanessy 25 as far as Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. There might be one outlet that is just Seanessy, but I try to keep it all consistent.
Branding.
And then there is the SeannessyMusic.com, but that site it's just not available at the time. Just Google the name and then it'll pop up.
There are a lot of videos to watch on you do videos and you have videos for most of your music. So
yeah,
a lot of it. A lot of the more recent stuff. So that's pretty much it. Seanessy 25 or Seanessy, just all those searches will find you the music, the videos. And if you notice, we're in a garage and it's it's approaching 100 degrees out there and there's no cooling in here. You probably see the sweat. So we're going to wrap this thing up. But it's been awesome finally getting you involved in one of these. We're also going to pre-record your Happy Hour with DJ Loot episode later today in a cooler room. Pretty much it. It's been awesome.
Appreciate you.
We'll do another one in the future. I always welcome folks to do break times, like I always welcome them back on Happy Hour. But all right, we're out of here.
All right.
I'm in my lane gassing for the finish line. It's going up. It's going up. Appetite for the cash, like it's dinner time. It's going up. It's going up. Won't entertain the drama, leaving that behind. It's going up. Nothing's just given, so I'm on the grind. It's going up. You gotta take some losses in order to succeed. It's how you bounce back, makes you a winner.